Today we're going to show you how to build an awesome price to performance gaming PC using a little bit of used parts deals.
For $434, we have the RX 5700, a Ryzen 5 3600 combo from AliExpress, and all in all, a really good price performance PC that we're going to show you guys all about after a word from today's sponsor.
Nothing screams broke boy more than an unactivated copy of Windows, so that's where our sponsor can help you out. gvgmall is an online marketplace that sells Windows licenses and game keys. It's crazy how easy it is to activate Windows. All you got to do on gvgmall is go buy a key using code TB20, and then once they send you that code, all you got to do is copy and paste that code into the Windows activation settings, and boom, you now have an activated copy of Windows. So what are you waiting for? Head to gvgmall today and be sure to use that code TB20 to save a bit at checkout. Thanks again to gvgmall for sponsoring today's video. Now back to you, Matt Jackson.
So to start this off, we turned over to AliExpress. We were able to get a CPU RAM motherboard combo, and this right here is the Ryzen 3600 combo. Now normally, we'll just buy the 3600 and then buy everything else on Amazon, but we found that if you get a combo, you can really save some bucks here. At 139 bucks, we got the 6-core 12-thread Ryzen CPU, and then we got 16 gigs of RAM that also comes with it that we don't know the pronunciation now all of a sudden. Maybe Killistry, something like that, but it appears, let's see what actual speed this is, I'm kind of curious. 3200 probably. Cast latency probably not listed. All right, let's see what we got here. So it's pretty plain Jane black RAM. It looks like it is 3200 megahertz CL22, so a little bit higher in the cast latency, but honestly, with how cheap this is, you're probably kind of expecting that. Motherboard comes with an I/O shield, comes with a SATA cable. Let's see what this actual board. So it's a B450 that is actually their brand. It's a B450M-F. So it's not going to come with the CMOS battery. You will need to buy that separately. You can usually get them for like $1 or $2 from the store. And it's a decent looking board. It has 4 RAM slots, 2 4-pins, so an 8-pin for the CPU. We have 1 extra PCIe. We got 2 M.2s, so not too bad on the expansion. And then the caveat with this board is that this board only supports Gen 3. So the PCIe 16 will be in Gen 3, and then the M.2 will also be Gen 3. That is one cool thing about the 3600 is it did support Gen 4, but honestly, we're really not going to need it for this build, and you'll see why. Coming in at 15 bucks because we got to cool that 3600 with something. We got this SE214XT from IDcooling, $15. These things just keep getting cheaper and cheaper, it feels like, and they work amazing for CPs of this level and even higher. Now, I know I talked about that Gen 4 support, and honestly, this is all we had on hand. It's a Gen 4 Timetech NVMe Gen 4 SSD, so you're gonna run this in Gen 3. Technically, you don't have to do anything. It just runs at a slower speed, but these drives are so similarly priced to Gen 3 drives. We probably paid around $52 for this, and originally we budgeted about $49 for a Gen 3 drive, so there's honestly no reason to go Gen 3 at this point.
Now, the GPU that's going to pair very nicely with the Ryzen 5 3600 is its RX 5700 we picked up on the used market for 128 bucks. 8 gigs of VRAM, very similar performance to an RX 6600, just a little bit slower because this isn't the XT model, but this is a good example of a used market deal, guys. And right before the benchmark section of today's video, we're going to do a little deep dive into the used market to teach you guys some good things that you should keep an eye out for deals, and also some things you should stay away from in the used market, because while yes, buying used is scary, it's going to be much more viable in late 2025, especially with the pricing rising right now on all PC hardware. So we're going to want to give you guys some tips on how to shop safely for used hardware. Now, this ain't used. This is a Segotep GN650 80+ Gold. Really, for this build, as long as you get a 500 watt or greater, I would say 650 is the more ideal wattage, so you have a little bit of room for upgrades in the future. The GN650 80+ Gold will get the job done, and yeah, it's a solid power supply you use at PCBros.tech, our PC selling business, when we sell awesome gaming PCs. Maybe you don't want to build one yourself and you just want to buy one, go to PCBros.tech. And you get this power supply for around $49 on Amazon. And lastly, of course, it wouldn't be a Toasty Bros budget build without an Okinos case. Guys, we try to find different cases, but these are just such good value. This is the Cypress 3 ARGB, basically the ARGB version of the one that has the wood paneling, but this one comes with 4 ARGB fans pre-installed, tempered glass on the side. It's a nice micro ATX form factor, and I think it's going to work really nicely for this build, coming in at $59. And all in all, for under 450 bucks, around that $400 to $32 range after everything, is going to be a really good price performance PC build. But we're going to show you guys. We're going to put it all together, see how it performs in games, and then talk more about the used market and some tips and tricks we're going to give you guys.
Okay guys, I thought for this video, because we used a lot of price performance PC parts, mainly meaning AliExpress and eBay, I give you all new to PC building a few tips on things to look out for when you're shopping for used hardware or from places like AliExpress, because these are really awesome resources to save a lot of money to get into PC gaming. And as you'll see when we do some benchmarks later in this video, you're gonna be very impressed with the performance you get for the money. But I know a lot of you inherently are gonna be a bit scared or skeptical shopping on these retailers. So let me explain a couple things. First of all, when it comes to eBay, we're gonna look up graphics cards now, which I will say pricing is subject to change based on this video because of the current state of the market right now. As you can see right here, finding a very specific RX 5700 or 5700 XT is gonna be a little bit more than we paid. Actually, look, I found one right here for $125 from a very decent seller as well. But the one thing you have to be skeptical of is the sellers you buy on eBay. Now, eBay inherently, you might think, is risky in general because it is a platform with used hardware, and that is correct. But the number one thing I always recommend people do, especially when they're getting into the PC hardware space for the first time, is buy from reputable sellers. For example, this seller right here, respect.io, we have bought hundreds of graphics cards from them. As you see, they have 15,000 ratings, 98.4% feedback, and they sell graphics cards at decent prices. This one right here is a bit more expensive, the 5700 XT. I wouldn't pay that much for it. Maybe $189 for the 5700 would be close. But the biggest thing you guys got to do with these price performance PCs, go on eBay, click buy it now, and sort through the graphics cards you're looking for. So for example, the 5700, there's one right here from this seller. The seller does only have 33 feedback. It is 100% positive. You can go through and read some of the reviews as well. This person right here bought a graphics card and seemed to have some issues with it. So again, buyer beware with this sort of stuff, and then just do some deal hunting. Again, with these videos, we try to find stuff that's easily replicable, but sometimes you're not going to find the exact price that we got in this video. So that requires you to do a little bit of deal hunting and research. If you want to get the best price performance, you got to do your own research and just be very careful who you buy from. But even if you do buy from a very sketchy seller and you want to take a gamble on that, you can get your money back on eBay very easily. eBay as a platform really supports buyers more than sellers. It kind of sucks for sellers. They get screwed over with selling fees, and they also get screwed over when it comes to returns. So if you get the graphics card, you don't really like it, you think there's a problem with it, even if they don't offer returns, eBay is more likely than not to side with you than the actual seller if there is a problem with the listing. So buying on eBay, you should be incredibly confident. There's sometimes we buy stuff on Amazon and Newegg and don't get that level of support. So buying on eBay for graphics cards and other used parts is a really good option. And for those who are scared of the wild west that is AliExpress, let me show you some things. Let's look up the 3600 motherboard combo that we use in today's video. As you see right here, 139 bucks. This one right here is from a seller with not a super high rating. They only have 3 ratings right now, but they are all verified purchases. The sellers say motherboard and CPU look good, RAM quality seems nice, no major problems here on this seller. But one thing you have to keep an eye out for are sellers that have no feedback. As you see right here, this one has 2 stars, so not a great choice. One thing you can also check if you want to get verified from AliExpress is look for these choice sellers on AliExpress. These are sellers that AliExpress backs and pushes for people to buy from because they have fast shipping and they are verified through AliExpress. So finding a choice seller is a good option. As you see, this one's sold by a seller, CPU Top Store, which if you click on their name, and you can get all their business information like right there online, so you guys can get some verification on who they are and establish business and things like that. These platforms like AliExpress and eBay aren't bad. Yes, there are bad sellers, but if you are patient and do your own deal hunting and your own research and use some of the recommendations we do in all our videos, not even just this one, all our PC build guide videos, you can get some good price performance, saving a lot of money, especially in the new market we're going into. Now, AliExpress is one of those with the tariffs going on in the United States. Pricing may change here very soon, or if you order something, you might get some extra money tacked on to it. We don't really know yet. We're very early in this stage of the process, or this may not be applicable at all to you if you're watching this a few months later, but I just want to add this section to today's video to give you guys a little more insight on buying on eBay and AliExpress so you can shop more confidently when you're buying used or from a retailer like AliExpress that may seem a little sketchy on paper, but once you actually do your research and find the proper hardware for your build, you're getting really good price performance. Now, let's show you guys what this PC can do that we used AliExpress and eBay for and give you all some benchmarks.
Alright guys, we are kicking things off with Fortnite, running DX12, 1080p, unlimited frame rate, far view distance, low textures, and if anything, this PC screams a budget Fortniter's dream for sure. The biggest thing will be, how does the 3600 handle Fortnite right now? The Ryzen 5 3600 to be specific, and right now, looking pretty good on the drop. As long as we maintain a nice 144 FPS, I'd be very happy with the PC at this price point, but we'll see when we land here. There's some people over here. It's not the best drop for me, but we're gonna try it anyways. Oh, got him. Big beef, you had a shot on you. Okay, this is really stupid. Oh, nice try, odd complex. Oh. Sorry, guys. That didn't work. Okay. Holy bullet drop. There we go. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna say Fortnite is incredibly playable. This would be the ideal configuration for somebody getting into Fortnite. You're on the AM4 platform, a little bit of upgrade room with this motherboard, but all in all, Fortnite's looking pretty good. Let's move on to the next game.
All right, guys, we are playing some Call of Duty Warzone, currently running 1920 by 1080p, and we're doing the balance preset with FSR3 set to performance. If I live long enough, I will try to remember to turn off FSR, but do not hold me to it. We're doing some Resurgence. We got 4 players on the team because it's forcing me to. Let's do this. All right, so on the drop, first drop too, we're getting over 100 FPS. You can definitely see FSR, you know, doing its work. It's definitely not the prettiest gameplay, but we're getting some pretty high FPS, which is about all I can ask for. Oh my God, I'm out of ammo. All right, you guys get to see it with a little bit of FSR. I know you guys like to see the games all natty, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off upscaling completely. You know, 5700 is still a pretty good GPU. We got plenty of, you know, VRAM and everything to work with. So, all right, we got no FSR on. We're just running 1080p raw. The game definitely already looks a lot better, but we're getting a little less FPS, honestly, though. Not too much less. Oh, come on. I could literally still see you. You were literally just sitting prone. Oh, there's 2 of them. Well, we got a couple of good shots. I feel like I didn't kill anyone, but... Little bro, we ain't gonna be another statistic. Little bro, no! Oh my God, there's so many over there. You know what? We took out 1, but we couldn't take out all 4. That was Warzone. Honestly, I don't even think you really need upscaling. Even at this really cheap price of under 500 bucks, you're definitely able to play Warzone 1080p. No problems. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video. All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking this really well-priced gaming PC, and I gotta say, you know, those games like Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, absolutely amazing. The fact that you can play AAA titles and you're gonna get high FPS in those esports titles too.
Let's talk about those other games we ran on this PC to show you guys what its full potential is. We ran Ghost of Tsushima 1080p high settings with FSR enabled, got an average of 80 to 90 FPS. Spider-Man 2 1080p medium settings, native, no upscaling, was a little bit of a struggle, around 50-ish FPS with dips into the 40s. This would definitely be a 1080p low game or use some upscaling to get 60 plus FPS. We also ran the Black Myth Wukong benchmark tool, 1080p low, got an average of 67 FPS, a max of 81, a minimum of 54.
And in 3D Mark, got a score of 8,201, which is a 5-cent per point, and here at the Toaster Bros, that is a pretty good score.
So hope you guys enjoyed this budget PC build guide and the extra deep dive we did on what you should shop for on eBay and AliExpress and what to stay away from, because it is a marketplace that's very popular right now. I know a lot of you might be scared to shop on eBay and AliExpress, but watching this video hopefully alleviated some of those concerns, and if you guys want to build a PC like this yourself, check those links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links and they will help us out. Let us know what you think of this PC down below and what other build guides you want to see here on the channel.
But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now that we are done with this PC and we have fully benchmarked, it's got the Toaster Bros seal of approval, will be for sale at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech is our PC business where we sell PCs we feature here on the YouTube channel and ones that are ready to ship with great prices, warranties, and customer support. Everything you need for an awesome PC gaming experience is at PC Bros. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.